Hello, hello, hello. Check 1, 2, 3. I'm back after a 2-week or 3-week or whatever it was hiatus due to PC problems. Story of my life. Story of everybody's life who does content creation stuff, I think, to some degree. Content creator. I don't know if my chat is working. I don't know if anything is actually working properly right now. I haven't had time to fully test this, so let's just hope that it is. If somebody wants to say something on YouTube or Twitch, and let's see if it shows up on the stream and see if it shows up anywhere. I'm just still trying to organize stuff because I forgot, of course, all my stuff is signed out and my credentials are not in there and blah, 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 you know, all the stuff. Okay, come on. Here we go. So, okay, so we have some chat appearing here. But now my stuff is so small that I can't see it properly. Ah, there we go. Hi, sweetie. Okay, so that works. Can someone on YouTube say something? Hello. Okay, so that's working. Amazing. I redid the whole vocal chain on my voice because it, of course, with the new PC setup is gone. So I don't know actually what I sound like right now. Hopefully it's fine. I didn't have time to test it, but maybe it sounds okay. Let me know if I need to change something, if there's, you know, too much compression or my voice is too high pitch or something. Because you know I pitch shift my voice to keep it chill for everybody. Okay, so this then we don't need. Bop. All right, so unfortunately today I'm not going to be writing anything myself, even though I really wanted to, and this challenge has been, you know, delayed twice now, so I think I originally posted it like nearly a month ago. Yep, and it's about illusion music. So this is weekly challenge number 138, and I had some good ideas for that. The idea was to write music based on the experience of an illusion, on your experience of illusions, and what does that mean to you? What is illusory mean, and how does that apply to music? I think there's actually a lot of interesting ways to go with that. My desire was to go twofold, and my illusions in this case were going to be sort of musical in nature, musical, can you believe it? In the sense that they're not sound design illusions or something like that. They're more to do with the notes and rhythms. And I'll talk about it for 1 sec because perhaps it's interesting. Hey, Zaibu, good to see you. By the way, hi, Burke. Good to see you. Thanks, Zaibu. So yeah, the idea was that we have these two dimensions of Western music anyway, well, most music, I guess, in general. One being the tonal stuff, harmonies and melodies, and one being the rhythmic stuff, placement through time. And in both cases, our ear or our mind, whatever you want to call it, has this, I was going to say obsession. I'm not sure it's an obsession. It has this desire anyway, instinctive desire to make sense of what it's hearing. And the way this works tonally is that as notes start to appear, the mind is trying to work out, essentially, in non-linguistic terms, what the tonic is, what the home note is, so that the notes that are being heard have appropriate meaning. That is, they relate to some home note correctly. Because when you hear a certain set of notes played, you don't know if you hear EDC, is that 3-2-1 in the key of C? Is that 7-6-5 in the key of F? Is it 6-5-4 in the key of G? Is it flat 6 sharp 4-3 in the key of A flat? You know, we don't know yet. And the ear doesn't know either. And so it's going to make an assumption, basically, given any input, it's going to start to make some assumption. And everyone's probably experienced this. When a slow melody begins at the start of the song, the first time you've heard it, and it seems like it feels some way to you, it's like it's in some key, some particular key, and then more notes start to appear, and you realize, oh no, it's not, and it takes on some new meaning, like your perspective shifts on what you've been hearing, even retroactively. The notes that you heard before, seen through the new lens of updated information, suddenly feel some different way. So that was one aspect of what I wanted to do, is that this happens both melodically and with chords, because when you say play a F chord, the ear doesn't know. Is that the tonic chord? Is that the 5? Is that the 4? Is that whatever? Not that it has these terms, but it does actually. Not that it has these linguistic terms, but it does have, our mind has some way of structuring this information or sound such that things feel a particular way. And the F chord, whether it's the 1 chord, the 5 chord, the 4 chord, the flat 7, the whatever it is, that matters for the way the music feels, of course. So the idea was to abuse that, basically. Know that listeners' minds are constantly trying to orient to what's happening, and undo that at every step. Lead down a certain path so associations get built, and then immediately change it so you have to get rebuilt and rebuilt and rebuilt. So a constant recontextualizing. I'm telling you this so that you can imagine, oh yes, right, if Max were to do this, I'm sure it would sound so good. What a genius. Thank you for bestowing the wisdom upon us. So that was one aspect. The other aspect is that the same thing happens in rhythms. And I think this is probably more common experience. Have you ever heard a song where at the start of the song, there's some rhythm that appears? Like, let's say it's dun 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 dun. That's actually dun 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 dun. You see what I mean? Like when you only have the rhythm with no reference point, it sounds like dun 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 dun. Then the kick drum comes in, dun 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 boom dum boom dum 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 dum. It recontextualizes the rhythm you've been hearing already. A lot of songs do this, where they start with some rhythm that is like dotted eighths or dotted sixteens or triplets or only playing on offbeats, something that is not just straight on the downbeat, but there's no secondary rhythmic element to ground where the actual pulse is. And so the ear will make an assumption and take the simplest explanation for the given input, which is, this is the beat. I have no reason to think otherwise. Exactly like when you do it in the harmony or the melody and the ear says, this is the tonic. Why would I think otherwise? Until more information gets delivered and suddenly whoop, it recontextualizes, which in the rhythmic world we call metric modulation, where you're perceiving the beat to be something, and then the drummer or whoever plays rhythms that relate to that in such a way that it causes your sense of what the beat is to shift, and what you used to think was the beat now becomes some kind of polyrhythm against what the beat actually is. So combine those two, and you can have some pretty illusory music where both the beat and the tonal elements are like slipping all the time. And every time you think you can establish it, it slips out from under you and you have a new one. You think you can establish it and it slips out, I think that's a pretty cool idea. Actually, I try to do that stuff in my music anyway, but not so obsessively and continuously as would be possible with this challenge. But that'll have to be another day, because I don't have the time today, unfortunately, to do it because of the PC problems I was having the last weeks. I ended up sort of backlogged on a bunch of stuff I have to do, and that's today. But I did have enough time to tell you about it. Luckily, that only takes 10 minutes, whereas doing it takes me 2 to 2.5 hours. Anyway, thanks for listening to the rant. Imagine that music sounding good, or steal those ideas for your own music or whatever. There's a lot of actually cool stuff you can do with that, just regular stuff without trying to abuse it. Just use it normally is fine. Welcome to people I missed here, to Brudra. how to grow musically. The main key to growing musically is to do it, to do music as much as you possibly can in all facets of your life, whether it's tapping rhythms in the car or on the bus, or singing, humming, dancing, writing, playing, thinking, analyzing, listening, anything. The desire to get it, the desire to improve, the desire to participate is actually in the end all that's required. And all of the specifics of what a teacher can say might be helpful for you to some degree, but more to the point is a teacher or anyone needs to simply inspire the flame within you of obsession for music. If you are obsessed with music, you will simply become good at it, unless you have some particular, biological or whatever deficiency towards it or something. Otherwise, the obsession will take you there. That's my most general advice. How to be obsessed with it? I'm not sure I can help you. Chickadee says, sounds great. Can you hear the chickadee through the mic? Welcome. Don't you dare go hollow. Good to see you. Can we manage this by staying away from functionality? Yeah, actually, how do you say this? It's through the misuse of functionality that you can achieve this. It's through understanding that functionality, what we call functionality, is an instinctive property of a Western listener's brain, basically, of how they're hearing music. And so you can, for lack of a better word, trick them. You present certain things, like let's imagine there's like a sign somewhere on the road and it says bathrooms this way. And you follow the thing and there's like a wall there or something, There's literally a sign pointing this way, and then you know that people are going to follow the sign because they have to go to the bathroom, and instead they walk into the wall. It's a pretty bad example, but you get what I mean. Functionality is like a set of signs and symbols that say this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And if you understand that even non-musicians who are part of the Western culture and have heard music since birth will instinctively understand, without any words or even any ever having thought of it, will instinctively understand functional harmony and even just implication, even just subtle movements of a melody descending, da 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 da, they will assume it will continue descending, or ascending, it will be assumed it will continue to ascend without ever thinking of that. It will just happen instinctively. If you pay attention to these functional assumptions, then you can do these illusions, or even if we don't call them illusions, key changes or tonality changes or whatever, because we understand that like a series of signs, you lead the listener down paths and then you pull the rug out from under them, only to replace it with a new sign. And they say, whoa, I didn't think I was here, but I know that sign now. Let's go this way. Whoa, I didn't, and like this, it goes like this. You just keep leading. And sometimes the sign does point to where. You got to build some credibility. We say, we're going home right now. And they say, we're going home right now. And you do. You do go home. And everyone says, I knew it. Love being home. Next time, we're going home right now. Then you don't go home, right? So it's actually through understanding functionality. The more deeply you actually are sensitive to functionality, the more you can create these effects. Savik, good to see you. Craft Dinner, welcome. Daft and Direct by Daft Punk, opening song of Homework, does that nicely. You talking about the rhythmic thing? Vacano Boy, welcome. Good to see you. Do you think a good musical ear is achievable if one is not able to audiate? I asked you because I found it was something I was missing in my musical practice. Well, what I can say is I'm not very good with audiation. Despite having worked on it, so to speak, for many, many years, I'm still not very good at it. When I try to imagine the chords or anything of a song that I haven't just recently listened to, like say a song comes to mind, or the idea of a song comes to mind, and I try to hear it clearly in my mind, I actually can't do it that well. Enough that maybe I can get a start on it. But if I'm really familiar with the song, sure. But otherwise, not that well. And when I try to hear full music in my mind, say improvised, it's not that clear to me. It's like a vague sort of haze that has some bits of clarity that poke out that I grab onto and follow. And upon hearing it, of course, it crystallizes a lot. So for me, audiation is, of course, very important, but I also need to either vocalize or play so that it becomes more concrete, and then it helps the audiation become stronger. I'm saying this just to say that no, it's not required, although you should still work on it to whatever degree you feel interested to do that. But I don't think it's an actual requirement to be able to have a good ear. If by good ear we mean hear music and be able to know what it is, I can do that pretty well. And I can do that with my imagination too, if what I'm hearing in my imagination is clear. But some of the time it's really not clear. And some of the time it is completely non-existent, and I cannot make it form no matter what I do. So there's that. Okay, that's it for questions for now. Yeah, chickadee bop. Yeah, exactly. I would love that. Yeah, we got chickadees right now, let me tell you. Okay. I've been watching you so much lately that I now start to close my eyes when I talk. Hey, it's good for organizing my thoughts. Yeah. I don't know when I started doing that. I must have done it for a long time. It just seems like I have to. It's just, you know that feeling when, here it is again, right? Desire forms. Oh, I should say, but then there's like 50 directions that come up all at once, and they all need to be like synthesized into some clear thing. I find that I need to like close my eyes temporarily, block everything out, and let it whoop, and then I can try to say it. Anyway, let's get into it. We're going to listen to the submissions that were submitted by people for this challenge. Again, this challenge was sort of illusory music or musical illusions or whatever you want to call it. There is actual, of course, audio illusions, you know, like, what do they call that thing? What's that name for that phenomenon where you have like the pitch that's constantly ascending, that always sounds like it's ascending and it never stops? Someone will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's not really what I'm referring to with this, you know, actual audio illusion. Shepherd tone, thank you. Yeah, not like audio illusions like that, although perhaps that could be cool too. But more like just illusory vibes. Let's put it that way. It's a pretty vague topic. So I'm just going to see who we have for submissions today. Give me a minute because my new hard drive is a new hard drive and it's not organized very nicely. Discord challenges 138. Okay, so we don't have too many, which I think makes sense. Probably people like saw this challenge and they're a bit like, I have no idea what to do for that, Max. Why would you do that? So let's start with DJ Vu, and we'll get the songs up on the screen here. Is it better at the top like that, or should I put it at the bottom? What do you think? Like down here. You can always do something for any challenge. I like that attitude. I like it a lot. My cup today is this dog, sleepy dog with a shoe and a plant. And that's him. Okay. let's be about it. So this is going to be DJ Vu with Everything is an Illusion. I think that it should just work. The audio should just work. Let me know if it sounds weird, if you don't hear it, or it's not stereo or something. I think it'll work though. Oh yeah, I realized that I probably still have that issue that people weren't able to join the Twitch stream properly like last time because I was streaming at too high of a resolution. Although maybe it's fixed now. No, it's probably not. No, it's not. It's streaming at 1440p. So I don't know if anyone else here is on Twitch, but if you can see it, then cool. Here's the track, DJ. Nice one, DJ. That was a banger. I'm not sure what the illusion part of it is. It just sounds like a banger. But everything is an illusion. Nice work, DJ. That was great. Flat twos, right? What can you say? Just feels heavy. Flat everything. Flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. They're all heavy. The illusion is that you think that there's an illusion, but there isn't. I like that. Next up, we got Frederick. Hey, Frederick, you're just in time. Fabian, welcome. So we got Frederick with Rolled. Oh, I already put it in there. Let's check it out.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. Our full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it
That was great. Really enjoyed that. Gonna get me a copyright claim probably. How much money is Rick Astley making off copyright claims? That's the real question. That was a banger. Nice work, Frederick. Wow. Should have known from the title. Something full of magic and trickery. Yeah, exactly. That was great. Swezzy, sorry if I say your name wrong. As a beginner, I want to ask, do drums need to be same pitch as bass? No, they don't. There's certain genres where people do pitch their kick drum roughly to the same key as the bass, like say in house or trance or techno or whatever. If the kick you're using has a defined pitch, doom, 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 then of course you can. And it means that you have a steady, whatever the pitch you choose is, to play off of doom, 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 doom. So you don't have to play that note on the bass because, of course, the kick is already playing it. Personally, I prefer kicks that don't have a distinct pitch, and the pitch drops continuously for the length of the kick. When you hear just that sounds like it has no pitch, that's actually a pitch that drops continuously until it falls off into silence. And then you're free to play whatever bass notes you want, and it won't interfere. The problem with the kick being tuned thing is that if you then change chords and you're trying to push a bass note on top of the kick's bass note, the problem is you end up clashing with them, especially if you're doing some kind of close harmony, like if the kick is E and you want to play an F chord, you're playing F in the bass and the kick is trying to say E, and then go every time that you play them together. Some people really dig that stuff. For me, the question is the kick low and subby, or is it punchy and mid-range? Is it or that's the main consideration, because certain styles can really want one or the other. And I think there's an easy tendency to believe that the kick should be as big and bassy and subby as possible, and the bass should also be as big and subby and bassy as possible. But no, that's not true. Well, perhaps sometimes it's true. But oftentimes it works better to have a kick that it has not too many low frequencies, that is high passed at a certain point, or is just pitched up to a certain degree. And the kick, or the bass, is what supplies the subs. And actually, if you listen to a lot of bass-heavy music, that's often the case, and it sounds great. Okay, next up is Goose with Illusionism. I like the way that he has this written, so I'm just going to go with that. All right, so let's check it out. Oi. was great. I don't know what... try to give some binaural vibes. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. I don't know what's so an illusion about that, but it just sounded good. Like those percussion. Yeah, it's very nice. Something was up with the bass in there. I don't know what it is exactly. Either the bass on the big section has another layer that's an octave too low, like underneath the sub octave, or it's playing a fifth or something, and the fifth is too low. But there's something in there that's muddying and causing the bass to not be clear. Not sure what it is, but yeah, it's nice. Nice work, Goose, as always. You could develop that into an actual track. Like that was feeling good. Nice build up, nice percussion. Yeah. TG, welcome. Okay, next up we have Noise for Gene Ho. Hopefully I say that right. The track is called Hold the Africa Part 5. There's a slight pitch shift on the second bass layer. Well, that'll explain it then. Okay, Noise, are you here by any chance? Regardless, we're going to listen to your song now. Is this Noise's, excuse me, first submission? I can't remember. Let's check it out. Wow. So what was the reasoning for the take 5 thing at the end? Was it because the first part was done in like 5/8 or something initially? And you thought, maybe put another 5 song in there sometime. Take 5 tabs of acid. Oh God. That was great Noise. Thank you. Wow. Anyway, I don't know if that's your first entry. I can't remember. I'm going to clap for you as though it was. If it was not your first entry, I take those back. You don't deserve them. That was good. Okay. So we've got now a track from Decomposed. Are you here? I don't know if you're going by that alias in the chat or if you're going by your other alias. But let's take a listen to it. THE Grief. Damn, that was sick. Love that. Love that. And that last part, particularly the way it just comes out of nowhere, and it's like almost halftime, but not halftime. Very cool. Nice work, Decomposed. That was awesome. I'm in an abandoned warehouse in Manchester. Yeah, seriously. That was great. Your sound design and everything has really come along a lot. Sounds great. Really, it was very nice. Nice drums. Enjoyed that. Now we've got Zaibu. This is the last track of the day. Although I might have a track to play now that I've heard some of these. So this is Zaibu with Singularity. Curious to hear about this. Whew, my goodness. Wow, that was wild. Nice work, Zaibu. Remember what I said at the start about like the ear trying to make sense of what it's hearing? You know, there you go. Seems like it's making sense, and then there's, you know, a little bit of sensitivity to like, something's not right here. And then it's just like melting and melting. It's like I can feel my mind trying to tread water above the waves or something. Like, you know, can't quite hold on to the ladder, the life preserver. It just keeps melting and melting. It's like, no, I want to stay there. That was great. Nice work. Nice work, everybody. Some good submissions. I'm going to quickly try to find something, because I did a couple of remixes for challenges that I'd never finished, believe it or not. And since there was a couple of sort of reharmonizations, we may as well check those out because we have time, and some interesting trickery going on in there too. I'm just trying to think, where would I have that? Ludwig Göransson's Sorb Oppenheimer. Oh, I haven't heard it, so I don't know. It has the constant pitch shifting thing. So I have... Why doesn't this... Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work properly or not. I don't know when this bounce was from, if it's finished or not, but this is called Fake on Me, and it's unfinished. I started it on a stream and never finished it.
Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay. Take on me.
Oh, this is just the actual raw thing, hey? I don't actually have that. Might need to just open that. In the meantime, while that opens, it's talking about copyrights here. Let me just grab the other one too, which was Bee Gees. I did one with the Bee Gees as well that was also ridiculous, and I'll try to find quickly here. Anyone know what challenge that would have been? Where we did the, what was it? Was it like a, Anyway, this one's open now, but let me see. It's telling me that. Sorry about this, just one sec. Oh, I see what it's looking for. Computers, man. Show me where the file is, sir. I cannot find it. Take on me. Okay, now my computer's like, maybe I'll just crash. How about that? You ever think about that? From the AHA challenge, that was 2 to 3 years ago. Yeah, exactly. But no, there was, I mean, yeah, yes, this is that one. But I'm also trying to find, one file is missing. This, vocals, songs, description. Yeah, I don't know if this will play properly or not, but we'll just see. Oh, and it's missing plugins and stuff. It's just going to be a disaster, I'm sure.
Talking away. I don't know what to say. I'll say it anyway. Today is another day to find you shining away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, baby. Better to be safe than sorry.
That was pretty good. I just was missing the electric guitars, didn't work in there, but yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Some good chord choices there, old Max. Nice work. But this other one, where would I have put that? Maybe it wasn't for a... Maybe it wasn't for a challenge, but was for just giggles. Yeah, there it is. Bee Gees, Staying Alive remix. On the way. Here.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman, no time to talk. The music loud, the women warm, my being kicked around since I was born. But now it's alright, it's okay, and you may look the other way. But we can try to understand, and New York Times are bent on there. You're a brother away, you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city breaking and everybody shaking, and we're staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. Like you are. But now I get low when I get high, and if I can't get in, I really try. Take the wings off paper, on my shoes, I'm a fancy man, and now it's alright, it's okay. I live to see another day. But we can try to understand, and New York Times are bent on there.
You're a brother away, you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city breaking and everybody shaking, and we're staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive.
Yeah, I never got around to finishing that either, but it's stupid and ridiculous, and I like it. Yep, I've got one more stupid and ridiculous thing to play before I go, since I didn't make any music today. May as well do it. Let me see if I can quickly find that. Makes you want to hear a metal version of it. That would be pretty great, actually. So this is, some of you probably have heard this, but it's from many years ago. It's a Michael Jackson remix of Black or White. And it's pretty ridiculous and stupid, but it also can't be hosted online, not even on SoundCloud, because Michael Jackson stuff obviously just gets copyright everything. So this stream is probably going to get it too, but I'm going to play it anyway because, you know, what else am I going to do with my life?
Dad, this is the best part. Come on. But Dad, this is the best part.
I took my baby on a Saturday day, but if I go with you, you will run insane. Now I believe in miracles, and a miracle is happening tonight. If you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. They print my message in the Saturday Sun. I had to tell them I ain't second to none. And I told about equality, and it's true, either you're wrong or you're right. If you're thinking about alright.
Protection for gangs, clubs, and nations, causing grief in human relations. It's a turf war on a global scale. I'd rather hear both sides of the tale. See, it's not about races, just places, faces. Where your blood comes from is where your space is. I seen the bright get dull. I'm not gonna spend my life being a. Not gonna spend my life being a.
I'm not gonna spend my life being a color.
Don't tell me you agree with me when I saw you kicking dirt in my eye. You're thinking about my baby. It don't matter if you're black or white. Black or white. It's black, it's white. It's stubborn, you to be that. It's black, it's white. Woo! It's black, it's white. It's stubborn, you to be that. It's black, alright. It's black, it's white. It's stubborn, you to be that. It's black, it's white. Woo! It's black, it's white. It's stubborn, you to be that. It's black. It's black, it's white. It's black, it's white. It's black, it's white. Woo! It's black, it's white. It's black, it's white. It's black, it's white. Woo!
Wow. It was great. That was 2013. So 12 years ago, doing those, oh, and hey, JP, glad you liked it. Doing those sort of reharmonizations, that was one of the very first times I remember that I wrote chords like that. That was, all that just, dense jazzy stuff. I'd always written sort of jazz-y kind of chords, but that was the first time I really tried to go hard on it. And I remember thinking, wow, I can do it. 2013. Anyway, that can't be uploaded anywhere, so now we'll see what YouTube has to say about this when I finish the stream. Yeah, a remix one we're due again. That would be a lot of fun. Maybe we should do that. The problem with the remix ones is the copyright thing. Yeah, we can try and just see what happens. But yeah, doing Cannibal Corpse into anything but metal. Run it through a vocoder, the screaming through a vocoder. I wonder if stem separation algorithms can actually separate screaming from music, if it considers it to be vocals or not. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Sorry for the short stream and that I didn't do anything, but it was fun anyway. Happy to hear your tracks and happy to see you all. We'll be back at some point here with either another one of these or a listening session or a production session. We'll see. Computer is basically good to go now, so I can do something. Yeah, you missed it, Newt. Yeah, I did make a post today saying, would be short, be sure to be on time. But what are you going to do? Good to see you anyway. Okay, new challenge tomorrow. Check the Discord if you're interested. Maybe remix challenge, maybe something else. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Appreciate you all. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.